Hi kids, welcome back to Brain Bank. I'm your teacher Brian. Today we're going to read about this animal here. What is this animal? It is a koala. Koala. So we're going to read about koalas. Many koalas. Not just one, but many koalas. Are you interested about this very cute kyepsi animal? If you look at it, what does it look like? It kind of looks like a teddy bear, right? So we'll talk about koalas and we'll also find out why they are not bears, okay? Let's get started. Koalas are here. Here's another picture of a koala. It's very interesting. What can we understand about the koala from this picture? Well, we can see that it has sharp claws and it has strong arms and legs. It can hold on to a tree branch. Koalas live in trees and they can hold on to the tree branch very well. What do you think this koala is doing right now? It looks like it's sleeping. It's sleeping while holding on to a tree branch. Can you sleep while holding on to a tree branch? Don't try it, okay? You will fall, okay? But koalas live their lives in trees, and they can sleep while holding on to a tree. It's very interesting. Let's learn more about koalas. Here we have the story. Grandma and Grandpa, 할머니와 할아버지, right? Grandma and Grandpa went to Australia. They went to Australia. They had a holiday, right? They sent me a postcard. They sent me a postcard. A postcard is 엽서, 엽서, right? 엽서 has a picture. This is a postcard. There's a picture here of some famous part of the place they went to, Australia. Koala. Koalas are very famous in Australia. Many animals are famous in Australia. Can you think of another famous animal from Australia? It jumps really well. If you thought kangaroo, that's right. Actually, kangaroos and koalas are the same family of animals, right? People think koalas are bears. They say koala bear, but they aren't bears. They're related to kangaroos. They're a special kind of mammal. Here we can see the postcard. This is the postcard that Grandma and Grandma sent. One side has a picture, the other side has a blank space. You can write your message. Okay, so that's my toy koala. And of course, that's Hank's toy koala. Do you remember another toy koala? Maybe you saw teacher Sari make a koala in the activities section. Is that koala coming? Here it comes, Sari's koala. Hello, kids. How are you? Okay, so here is Sari's koala, and we can see Sari's koala looks very similar to the toy koala. Here is the mama koala here, right? And here is her baby, her Joey koala. Can you see the Joey? Joey is here. This is the baby koala. Hello, how are you? Okay, I'm sorry. My voice is not so good for that. But we will see Sari's koala later on. She will help us learn more facts about koalas. Okay? Thank you, Sari's koala. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye. Okay, goodbye, Sari's koala. But don't worry, I'm still here. Let's continue on to the next information about koalas. Okay, so the boy decides to send a letter back to Grandma and Grandpa. He got a postcard. Now he sends a letter back to Grandma and Grandpa. What does he write? He writes, "Thank you for my toy koalas. I have decided to collect. I have decided to collect koalas," right? So collect is I want to get many, right? Su집하다. I want to get many different koalas, different kinds. Toys, pictures, maybe little sculptures of koalas. I have decided to collect koalas. I like them. 좋아요. I want to find out. I want to learn more about them. Them, koalas. I want to find out more about koalas. Love, Hank. Hank is the boy's name. And he drew a picture. What did he draw a picture of? He drew a picture of a koala. Where is the koala? The koala is in a tree, and there is a leaf next to the koala. That is the leaf that the koala eats. What did Hank find out about koalas? What did he learn about koalas? Well, I found out that. I found out that. I learned. I found out that koalas are not bears. Many people say koala bear, but that's wrong. Koalas are not bears, right? They're related to kangaroos. They're similar to kangaroos, same family, not bears, but they look like bears. They look like teddy bears. So many people say koala bear, but it's better just to say koala. Koalas live in gum trees. Gum tree? Is that a tree made of gum? Right? You can eat the tree? That sounds great. I want to live in a gum tree. You can get gum all the time. But wait, stop. It's not that kind of tree. The tree is called a gum tree because if you break the tree, there's some liquid, very thick liquid that comes out, and it's very sticky, right? Like glue or bond. If you touch it, oh, it's sticky. Your fingers will stick together like glue or bond. So when Australians came to Australia, they found this tree. They saw the sticky stuff inside the tree. They thought it was like gum because gum is very sticky. So they called the trees gum trees. But is it delicious? No. It tastes terrible. So it's not a good gum tree. It's not dalgi gum or mint gum. I'm sorry. Okay? But they call them gum trees. Okay. Gum trees grow in Australia. That's why the Europeans were surprised by this tree and they called them gum trees. Koalas eat gum leaves. Here are the leaves from the gum tree. Now, do you know that the gum trees are also called eucalyptus? That's a big word. Eucalyptus. One more time. Eucalyptus. Eucalyptus trees. Eucalyptus trees, that's the scientific name for the trees. But eucalyptus, that's a 힘들어 word. Many people just say gum tree. It's the same thing, okay? So, we learned a little bit about koalas in part 1. Now, in part 2, we're going to learn a lot more interesting things about koalas. And see의 will come back to help us learn about koalas. So, please join me and see의 in part 2 of the koalas. We'll see you then. Bye-bye for now. Hi, kids. Welcome back to part 2 of koalas. I'm Brian, and we are continuing our story about koalas. Now, as you know from part 1, there are many letters between Hank, a little boy, and his grandparents. His grandparents sent Hank a postcard in part 1. Hank sent a letter to his grandparents. Now in part 2, the grandparents are sending a letter back to Hank. This is the letter. And this letter tells us more about koalas. We have some interesting information about koalas. And we have a special guest. Do you remember Seei's koala? Seei's made a koala on her show when she did the activities. Here is Seei's koala. So Seei's koala, hello guys, will help us read the letter and we can learn more about koalas from the letter and looking at Seei's koala. Let's begin, okay? Okay. Okay, let's begin. Dear Hank, it's a letter. It's a letter, so we start it with the name. And we have some interesting information. A baby koala is called a joey. Sarah's koala, do you have a joey? Yes, I do. Look, here is the joey from Seei's koala. The joey is right here, and the joey came out of this pocket, the pouch. Here is the baby. Hello, I'm just a little baby. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so Seei's koala and her little baby. The baby is called a joey. The baby lives inside the mother's pouch. And if you can see, this is the pouch here, right? Now, there's something interesting about koalas I want to tell you. We think the pouch is like this, but actually the pouch is upside down. The pouch is actually upside down. Of course, the koala is right side up, but we have to turn the pouch like this. So the joey actually sticks out of the pouch upside down. A lot of people don't know that, but that's an interesting thing about koalas. How does the joey stay inside the pouch? You think he would fall out. Well, the joey has strong arms, so he can hold on inside the pouch. Also, the mama koala has muscles, has a muscle that she can hold the pouch closed so the joey doesn't fall out. Very interesting. Okay, let's continue. The joey lives in its mother's pouch. It drinks its mother's milk inside the pouch. It drinks the milk. The joey grows bigger. When the joey gets too big, he can't stay in the pouch. Then he comes around and he rides on mama's back, right? So it's like this. Here's mama, and the joey rides on mama's back. It learns to eat gum leaves. Remember, koalas eat gum leaves from the gum tree. So the joey learns how to eat gum leaves. Then love Grandma and Grandpa. P.S. Here are some more koala things. So there are more koala things. Remember, Hank wants to collect many koalas. So Grandma and Grandpa send him more things to collect. What kinds of things? Here is a koala souvenir. Souvenir. A souvenir is something you buy when you go on a trip and you want to remember the trip. Oh, this is cool. You buy it, you keep it. When you look at it, I remember the trip. That's a souvenir. The souvenir here shows us Australia and koala. Here is a picture of the koala and the joey riding on the mother's back. Probably Hank drew that picture. And here we have another picture of a joey on the mother's back. And this is another thing that Hank is collecting. My koala bookmark. It's a bookmark. A bookmark, of course, is 책갈피. If you're reading a book, right, you can put a mark. When you finish reading, time to go to bed, put your bookmark in the book, close the book. In the morning, you know where you are in the book. So that's a bookmark. Let's talk a little bit more about the pouch, right? I tried to show you with series koala, but this is a good picture. It's an interesting picture. Here's the mama koala, and what do you see right in the middle of the picture? You see a face. It's a koala baby's face. It's a joey's face. Here is the pouch, and the pouch just looks like it's actually upside down, right? But the koala, the joey, is kind of inside the pouch, but turned around. We can see his face right there. That's really interesting. Remember, the mama koala has a muscle here, so she can keep the pouch tight so the joey doesn't fall out. That's very important, right? Okay. So Hank writes a letter back to Grandma and Grandpa. Thank you for my koala things. Mom took me to the zoo. We saw some koalas there. I learned that koalas do not need to drink water. Did you know that? Do you need to drink water? Of course, you should drink a lot of water every day. We all should drink a lot of water every day. But koalas do not need to. They don't have to drink water. Why not? Well, they get their water from the leaves of the tree. Koalas are really amazing animals. They changed their body to fit their home. So there's not a lot of water in Australia. It doesn't rain a lot. So koalas can survive by getting their water from the leaves. Okay? So koalas do not need to drink water. Love, Hank. P.S. P.S. What is P.S.? P.S. is postscript. It means after the letter, you add another note. Maybe you write the letter, and then when you finish, you go, oh, I had another idea. 하나 더 생각해 있어요. I have another idea. So I'm going to add the idea at the bottom of the letter. That is P.S. I have another idea, or I have another question. What is Hank's question? Are koalas in trouble? Are koalas in trouble? What does that mean? Well, it's sad, but many animals in the world today are in trouble. Their numbers are getting less and less. Maybe someday they'll all disappear. They'll be gone. We have to be careful. We should protect some of these animals. We should protect koalas because their numbers are getting less and less. And maybe one day there will be no more koalas. So if koalas are in trouble, that means their numbers are very few. There are not many koalas. So Hank asks that question. Maybe he learned something about koalas and he wants to know, are koalas in trouble? Okay, here is Hank. Here, we can see him here. And he went to the zoo, so he was able to hold a koala at the zoo. Some zoos allow you to touch the animals. Maybe at this zoo, Hank could hold a koala. And here's a picture of him and the koala. Me and a koala. Also, another thing that Hank collected is his koala stamp pen. So that's very interesting. It's a pen with a koala stamp. A stamp is like dojang, right? You can take the stamp and put ink on it and put it on a paper and it leaves a picture of a koala. So it's his koala stamp pen. Oh, that's very neat. That's pretty cool. And what do we see here? We see a poster of a picture of a koala, and here, help save koalas. Before Hank asked, are koalas in danger? Yes, they are in danger, and people try to save, to protect the koalas. But first, you have to tell other people that koalas are in danger. So we make a poster and we say, help save koalas. It's sad, but there are many animals that need our help. So we can see many of these kinds of posters. Help save owls. Help save whales. So first thing we need to do is tell other people we need to save these animals. They are in trouble. Okay, well, we're at the end of part 2. In part 3, we'll talk about some ways to help save koalas. That will be very interesting. So, I hope I see you there. See you next time. Take care. Hello, kids. How are you? My name is Brian, and we're on part 3 of koalas. Do you remember part 2? Part 2 ended when Hank sent a letter to his grandma and grandpa. He asked a question. 질문이 했어요, right? He asked a question. He asked, are koalas in trouble? Are koalas in trouble? Do they need our help? Here is the letter that Grandma and Grandpa sent back to Hank. They answer his question. 대답했어요. They answer his question. They say, Dear Hank, yes, koalas are in trouble. Too bad. Sometimes they are hurt by traffic. Sometimes they are hurt by dogs. So there are many people in Australia. There's cars, many cars. Sometimes the cars hit the koalas. When people came to Australia, they brought dogs with them, right? 강아지 같이 왔어요. They brought their dogs with them to Australia. The dogs like to chase, bonk, 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 right? They like to chase the koalas and they will bite the koalas. So they are hurt by traffic they are hurt by dogs. Also, one more thing. Koalas live in trees, right? What kind of trees? Do you remember? Gum trees. That's right. Sometimes the trees are cut down. So the koala's home is destroyed. The koala's home disappears. People cut down many trees. Then where do the koalas live? There are 3 reasons koalas are in trouble. 1, traffic. 2, dogs. 3, their homes are cut down. This is why koalas are in trouble. We went to a hospital where people help koalas. So some people are trying to help the koalas. They have a hospital where they help koalas, especially if the koala was hit by a car or bitten by a dog. Then the koala is hurt. Apayo. People will take the koala and help the koala become healthy again at a hospital. Love, Grandma and Grandpa. P.S. Oh, we see P.S. again. We saw P.S. in part 2. Do you remember? P.S. stands for I have another idea, right? Or something extra at the end of the letter. Here, P.S., here is another koala for you. Another koala. Because remember, what is Hank doing with koalas? He's collecting. He's gathering koalas. He likes koala toys. He has a koala stamp pen. He has a koala bookmark. He's collecting many types of koalas. What do Grandma and Grandpa send him? Do you see this here? What is this? This is my koala badge. A badge is something you wear on your clothes. It can be sewn into your clothes, maybe like cloth, or it can be made of metal, like this one. And it has a pin on the back, so I can pin it onto my shirt. And this is a metal badge, my koala badge. And here is a koala. What do we see? The koala has a flag. Do you remember what country is this flag of? This flag is of Australia. So this flag is from or of Australia. And what does it say on the bottom? Can you see that? Look at your book. It says, G'day. G'day from Australia. Australians sometimes say, G'day, mate. In America, we usually say, how are you? Or what's up? But if you go to Australia, many Australians might say, G'day, mate. Right? And that's from Australia, right? Okay, so G'day from Australia. G'day, what does that mean? It means good day, like good morning or good afternoon. But in Australia, they say good day, and they say it quickly. G'day, g'day. And mate, M-A-T-E, mate is like friend. 친구, mate. So, good day, mate. Good day, friend. Good afternoon, friend. Good morning, friend. Good day, friend. Good day, mate. And that's Australian, okay? So, let's continue. We heard about the koala hospital. Here are some pictures from the koala hospital. And we see many different pictures where people are helping the sick koalas. What do we see in this picture? We see a woman and she's holding a baby koala. Do you remember the word for the baby koala? Do you remember? Joey. That's right. It's a joey. She's holding the baby koala. and maybe he's sick or she's helping to feed it, to help it learn to eat gum tree leaves. Here we see many koalas. They look happy, right? They are holding on to the tree branches. They have lots of food at the koala hospital. They are safe and protected here. Down here, there's a girl. What is she doing? She's helping a koala eat eucalyptus leaves, gum tree leaves. So she's giving some food to the koala. She's saying, here you go, here's lunch. Okay? 맛있어요. 점심 잘 먹어요. Right? Have a good lunch. And here we have another thing that Hank is collecting. And this is an interesting one. It's my road sign magnet. My road sign magnet. Do you know magnet is jasok? Jasok, right? If you take this and you go to your refrigerator, your 냉장고, and you go, and it sticks there because it's a magnet. Metal and metal stick together. So this is a magnet. What does it say? Koala, next 9 kilometers. This is a road sign. When your father or mother is driving the car, 운전대, right? They're driving on the road, they see a sign, and it says, koala, next 9 kilometers. They say, oh, 조심해요. 천천히 가요. 잘 봐요. Look for the koalas. Be careful. Because remember, traffic is one thing that hurts koalas. So that's a good sign on the road. And Hank has a small magnet that he puts on his refrigerator, but that's what is used on the roads in Australia to protect koalas. Okay. At the end of part 3, at the end of our book, we've come there. We have some koala facts. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 facts. Facts. Information about koalas. True information. Number 1, koalas are not bears. Remember, they look like bears, but they are not bears. They are not bears. Fact 2, they eat gum leaves. Not gum like dalgi gum or mint gum, 아니요. Gum leaves, gum tree leaves, and 맛이 없어요. Okay? But koalas, 맛이 있어요. Okay. Fact 3, a baby koala is called a joey. Okay? Remember that, a joey. Fact 4, koalas are in trouble. They need our help. Fact 5, koalas move slowly. They move slowly. Okay? So maybe that's why cars will hit them and dogs can catch them because koalas move slowly. Okay. Fact 6, koalas sleep most of the time. Oh, good life. They can sleep most of the time. So koalas sleep a lot. Do you sleep a lot? Don't sleep too much. Life is too interesting. So don't sleep too much. But get enough sleep, right? Don't be tired. Okay, well that brings us to the end of part 3 of koalas. And in this book, we learned a lot of interesting things about koalas. Me too. I learned some interesting things about koalas. Were you surprised by anything? I was surprised because I learned that koalas, their pouch is upside down. Like the koala, the joey might fall out. But the mother has a muscle here to keep the joey inside. Also, the joey has strong arms, so he can hold on. I thought that was really surprising. What else did you think was surprising about this book. Think about that. And I will see you next time. So have a good day and take care, everybody.